Okay, guys, now we are in question number 58. Okay, you must have wondered why I explained so fast these two questions, 56 and 57, as if I was in the hurry, because there was no new item out there. Okay, and the questions are very light questions. There is no adjustment at all. Okay, whatever the adjustments are there, it's anyway. This question number 58 is a little bit problematic question. I have told you before also that answer of question number 55 is wrong, and unfortunately this answer is also the same thing, wrong. Okay, uh, this balance sheet, it will as per the book you can see 1,11,500, which is completely wrong, so please mark these questions, okay, because I may forget. uh, Question number 55, question number 58, okay, just circle with your pen, okay. You can use a different type of color also, okay. You can use red color also, no issue, okay. Just mark it, don't make dirty or the pictures, okay, because we have to solve these questions in classroom so that we can understand better, okay. We will look at the correct solution as well as the wrong solution together, and then we will see what are the problem areas in those questions, okay. Now let us move forward. Question number 58. Now Datta is a new partner. So Datta, he is coming for one fourth share. So whenever a new partner comes in for one fourth share, the remaining share will be 3 by 4, isn't it? And this 3 by 4 will be shared between Das and Sen as per their old ratio. And the old ratio is 3 is to 2, isn't it? So they will share this remaining share, that is 3 by 4 as per their old ratio, and you get the new ratio of 9 is to 6 is to 5. Okay, after this you calculate sacrificing ratio. Now let us move on to revaluation account. uh, let us look at the question. But no. Okay, machinery and furniture are to be depreciated by 10% and 20% respectively. Okay, so machinery is how much? uh, 25,000, isn't it? So 10% of 25,000 will be how much? It will be mm, 2,500. Okay, and furniture is how much? 10,000. So 20% of 10,000 will be how much? 2,000. Okay, after that we have one adjustment, that is adjustment number C. Investments are worth rupees 15,000. Now the investment should be 15,000. Okay, so the investments are to be now subtracted. Okay, this is the new value which you have to write. Okay, you cannot continue with the existing figure because the item is depreciating. In WhatsApp group, I asked you to go through the principle of prudence or principle of conservatism. I hope you have gone through that concept, because that particular concept is applicable in question number 55 as well as here in this question number 58. Okay, and in other subsequent questions. Okay, so I will not explain in detail about that principle, but according to that principle, what happens is that we have to uh, choose a figure of an asset, okay, which is the minimum amount, okay. we have to compare uh, the book value as well as the new value, okay, or the market value. So whichever is less, we have to write it. And exclusively, it has been mentioned here that investments are to be now 15,000. So the new value of investment is 15,000, isn't it? So what is the amount of investment here in this question? In this question, just wait. Okay, what is the 18,000? So out of 18,000, 3,000 is being depreciated, isn't it? So 18,000 minus 3,000, it will be 15,000, and this 15,000 is the new value of investment, isn't it? But have a look at the liability side. IFR, investment fluctuation reserve. Why do we prepare this? Just like WCR is prepared for a specific purpose, isn't it? I told you that WCR is prepared for some kind of accident or mishaps. Okay, if the workers they have the injury, then we have to compensate that worker, isn't it? So WCR is created. Similarly, investment fluctuation is investment fluctuation reserve is created because you know that market is uncertain, isn't it? Every time this market changes, even in the mutual fund advertisement, you can see the mutual fund is subject to market risks. So market can fluctuate anytime. Okay. So in the morning, market may be different. In the daytime, market may be different. Evening and at night, market will be completely different. I'm not talking about the physical aspect here. Okay. I'm talking about in terms of economic structure and the number of transactions. Okay. In terms of financial position, I'm talking about. Okay. So market can change, and your investment may fluctuate, isn't it? Your investment may go up, or sometimes it may go down. Like in this COVID-19 situation, the entire world is going under recession. So, including our Indian economy, it is under recession. So, at this point of time, investment, okay, whatever the investments, it comes down, okay, because in market deflation prevails, okay. So because in market deflation prevails, your investment also goes down, okay. So to manage that, okay, damage, just like we prepare provision for bad debts for the damage control, isn't it? Similarly, this IFR is also created to um, absorb the damage from investment, okay. If there is any fluctuation, then that damage will be absorbed by your investment fluctuation reserve, okay. So what is the damage here in this particular case? The old value of investment was 18,000, and the new value of investment is how much? 15,000, isn't it? So what is the amount of deficit here? By what amount your investment is decreasing? 3,000, isn't it? Now this investment fluctuation reserve is already existing 4,000. Now see the case here, okay. uh, your uh, damage control agent, that is IFR, is 4,000, and your damage is how much? 3,000. So from 4,000, this 3,000 will be absorbed, okay. Now remaining will be 1,000. Let me show you this working note here. I have prepared this working note, okay. So you can see here the book value of investment was 18,000, okay. Now the market value or the current value of investment is to be 15,000, okay. So uh, this is the decrease in value of investment by 3000. This 3000 is to be adjusted through investment fluctuation reserve. Why? Why this IFR will absorb this damage? Because it is prepared for the same. Okay, IFR has no other task. Its main job is to absorb the damage. Okay, if there is any decrease in the value of investment, it will absorb that decrease amount. Okay, so this IFR is 4000 and the decrease in value of investment is 3000. Okay, so this balance of IFR will be shared between Das and Sen according to old profit sharing ratio. Okay, and this will be done through partners capital account. Okay, this 1000 will be shared between uh, Das and Sen as per the old ratio, that is 3 is to 2, that is 3 by 5 and 2 by 5. Okay, this 1000 will be shared between Das and Sen. uh, Here you can see, okay, 600 and 400. Okay, this extra amount from 4000, 3000 was gone to manage the loss. Okay, and we write 1000 as the balance, and this 1000 balance will be shared between Das and Sen. Okay, so for machinery, furniture, and bad dates, I don't think I have to explain to you. Is there anything more? Okay, here is a line, point number D. Let me tell you that debtors are worth book value and the provision is to be eliminated. Okay, so you must have seen here in the working note that I have written book value here. Here, this you can see here, book value. Here also they have written the book value. Okay, by book value we mean the amount, whatever that has been mentioned in our books of accounts. Okay, so that is called the book value. So we have maintained this debtors to be 22,000, isn't it? From 22,000 we had subtracted in the question. If you just have a look in the question, then you can see the amount of debtors was 22,000, and from there we have subtracted its provision, and it was yielding 20,000. But in the question it is mentioned that all the debtors are promised to be okay and good, so we have to write off the provision for bad debts. And this provision, okay, by provision we mean a liability, and whenever we write off the liability, which means we are subtracting, okay, the liability is becoming zero now. So whenever the liability decreases, okay, it appears in the credit side of your revaluation account. I hope you know this, okay, this particular concept. I have made a separate video also for this explanation, and I have sent this link already. But let me tell you in short that if for asset, let us take asset first. If asset increases, it appears in the credit side. If asset decreases, it comes in the debit side. Okay, asset increase, credit side; asset decrease, debit side. Now for the liabilities, it is just the opposite. Whenever the whenever the liability increases, it comes in the debit side, and whenever it decreases, it comes in the credit side. Liability increase, debit side; liability decrease, credit side. Just the opposite. Okay. Anyway, let us have a look at this partner's capital account. I don't think I have to explain you much now, because you know from where this by balance BD you are acquiring. By bank you have to write. And in this question also, in this question, question number, what is the question number? Question number 58, isn't it? In question number 57 also, the new partner was bringing uh, 25,000, and from 25,000, 5,000 was to be treated as premium for goodwill. In this question also, Datta is bringing 25,000, of which 5,000 is premium for goodwill, and the remaining amount, that is 20,000, is his share of capital. Okay, buy premium for goodwill, we have to do that, and there is no information regarding this premium for goodwill, what they did with this amount. There is no information, so which means it will retain in the business, so we will not subtract in the debit side. They are not withdrawing this amount. Okay, in question number 57 they were withdrawing the amount, but in this question they are not, so let us keep this amount in the credit side itself. Now, general reserve, we have general reserve of rupees 6,000. This 6,000 will be shared between this Das and Sain as per the old ratio, that is 3:2. Okay, so about this IFR, just now I mentioned through this working note also. Okay, we have loss here in this question. Okay, we have loss, so this loss will be shared between uh, Das and Sain as per the old ratio again, so which will be this, and you know how to get the balance now, isn't it? Let us have a look at the balance sheet, which is a problem area. I will tell you what is the problem now only, so that you can also give time and try to uh, understand what is the main problem here. Okay, do not try to match your answers with the book answer. Okay, do not always think about it. Anyway, machinery is depreciated, you can see the amount. Furniture also being depreciated. About stock, no information. Daters, we came to know that all the daters were good, so we will write the entire amount, that is the original amount, 22,000. Remember, if there is any provision in daters, okay, do not write the amount. Sorry. Do not think that whatever the amount is outside in the amount column is the original amount. No, that is not the original amount. That is the subtracted amount or adjusted amount. You have to focus to the original amount. That is 22,000 in our case here. So we write the amount. Investments 15,000. It is mentioned in question itself. Point number point what is this? Point number C. Okay. Bank, 1,000 was the existing balance. 20,000 the task capital, and 5,000 as is share of premium for goodwill. Okay, and we have the uh, liability side. In liability side, we have capitals and creditors. Okay, this what was this question number? Question number 58, isn't it? Okay, so this in this question uh, we don't have reserve, so reserve will uh, oh sorry we have reserve, sorry, yes, this general reserve is already shared between Das and Sain, so it will not appear. Okay, we have IFR also, in investment fluctuation reserve, but this is also shared between Das and Sain, so it will not appear again. Okay, so what, capitals and the creditors amount. Okay, so write the amount 1,08,500. Now I will tell you what is problem here. Authors, they have assumed that investment will continue to be the same. Okay, that is 18,000. They are not subtracting. Okay, you also must be wondering that whatever the decrease in value was to be absorbed by investment fluctuation reserve, isn't it? So we already have prepared IFR. That is uh, what is that amount? 4,000. Yeah. So 4,000 will absorb that amount, the decrease amount 3,000. But no, this is not a concept in terms of assets. Okay. Uh, in terms of debtors, there is uh, a problem which we have seen already in question number 55. But in terms of investments, it doesn't work here. Okay, and this is completely irrational because it is against our principle of prudence. So, uh, yeah, if you want to still if going against the principle of accountancy, okay, you can continue with that. You can continue with the same amount, 18,000. Okay, 18,000. But here in the liabilities section, what you have to do is that you have to um, maintain a margin. So what is the margin here? 18,000 minus 15,000. How much is the margin? 3,000. So for that margin, you have to prepare IFR, that is 3,000. Okay. And if you do that way, your revaluation account will also be changed. Whatever the loss is coming here, maybe the loss will be increased or decreased, I think. Yeah, it will be decreased. If you do that way, your loss on revaluation will be 1,500. If you do that way, if you want to make the change here, okay. But I don't want to promote such kind of things which is against the code of conduct, okay, because there are some protocols. We have to follow the principles of accounts. So respecting the subject, let us not promote those kind of things. Okay, please mark this question number 55 and 58. We will discuss more in detail in class. If there is any journal entry, okay, no journal entry here. Okay.